podium, rocking the red and rocking a win.
Telegram, what were your emotions over the last few moments of that game? You know, when y'all kicked the field goal and then coming back down the field.
Everywhere. Not settled, but in the same sense, ready for the opportunity to go back out there. If time was on the clock, understanding we had a timeout, we got a hell of a kicker. But yeah, a lot of emotions. Wanting to finish with the ball in your hand. Don't do that. They get the ball back and they're on a drive. Then the 3 plays of the 2-point conversion. Yeah, and at that point, I just wanted, hey, are they in or are they not? Just let me know if we need to go back out there. Like I said, we had time on the clock, and hell of a kicker with the timeout that I felt confident and comfortable in our plan and the things that we practiced, that we would have been able to get in position for him to take an attempt at a game winner. But hell of a job by the defense. Yeah, so some things played into that, and they finished it the right way.
Todd Archer from ESPN. Mike has called this stretch playoff games without playoff consequences. How do you feel you got after these 3 games against Buffalo, Miami, and Detroit to get this one? How important is that going into what you have ahead of you?
Yeah, it's huge. Huge, especially coming off of the last 2, obviously not getting a win in either of those 2, and being on the road, having a close one out in Miami after the Buffalo just wasn't even a close game, I guess you can say, and then losing close, in a game that we could have won there late, and then being able to win this game and pull this one out, kind of similar to the game last week, was important. It was important as we move forward, understanding that this is playoff football. We've got one more game here against a division opponent, and then everything counts. It's a one game season each and every week, and so we've got to continue to build off of what we've done, the good here lately, but make sure that we're locking in every aspect, detail, being disciplined, not hurting ourselves, and finding a way to play our best ball right now and create that momentum.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. How would you describe CeeDee Lamb tonight?
Remarkable. That's who CeeDee Lamb is. Tonight, what a great opportunity for him just to have the game that he had, understanding that he was coming in this game with records on the line, which I didn't know about until you guys informed me. But I told you I'd be sure that he got that. And the yards after catch, getting open after the 2.3, beating man coverage, get in the right spots and zones. He can do it all, and he's continuing to get better, wants to get better, hungry to get better, hungry for the ball, has one of the most hungriest, I guess you can say, mindsets that I've been around in this game of football, and it's fun. Obviously, with a similar mindset, when the ball in your hands, I can definitely understand and relate, and so it makes it easy, makes my job easy, and he's special. He's really just getting going, and I can tell you, as long as I'm here, he'll probably stack these records each and every year, to be honest with you. So this is only the beginning.
Mike.
Dak, with coming off of the back-to-back losses that you did have, in particular these last 2 games, the game in Miami and today, a lot of similarities between the 2 football games to be able to flip the result. How much can you see growth, even just from week to week?
Yeah, a lot. And I think as much as anything, it's in the emotional part of the game. And that's something that Coach talks about, right? Our emotional discipline and maturity of willing ourselves to win, understanding that we're drawing the foot in the sand, drawing that line and saying, hey, we're going to do this, whether it's on offense, we're going to score, we're going to convert, or whether it's on defense and saying, hey, not anymore. So, yeah, it's that's the part that really is going to separate these teams here as you get into the playoffs, is who has that ability to emotionally and be disciplined and lock in and say, my best football is right now because we practice that way, we prepare that way, and we're not taking anything less than that. And so it was huge. In 2 games like that, right, we don't get our offense doesn't get going too late down in Miami, and then we finally score, and then, it's a hell of an offense on the other side, and they go down and put themselves in field goal position. And then tonight, they decide to go for 2, and the defense stands up. So kind of drawing that line. Proud of those guys. This is a complete team win, and we did it together, and that's what's important as we move forward, understanding that everything we do has to be.
Mike, Todd Archer with ESPN. How do you explain that game? Just the way it
Explain the game? Yeah. Well, it was a good home win. Completes the regular season, win all your home games. That's a good place to be. But we talked all week about it, and we felt these guys were extremely tough opponent. I thought they played us extremely aggressive defensively. A lot of pressure. We had a lot of uphill down and distances throughout the game. Our guys just kept battling, overcoming it. Defense had the big takeaways, and in the 2-point, I mean, that was in a 2-point extravaganza. That looked like training camp. Line up and go at it for 3 or 4 plays. So just a great fight and finish by both teams.
Did you get any explanation on the 2-point play as to why the first one did not stand?
Yes, I was told that 70 was who they announced, but he covered up 68 is what I was told. So.
Mike, can you just talk about the running game? Your 4-minute offense is so important. You got the ball back twice.
Happy New Year, Clarence. The run game was clearly not the highlight of our performance tonight, but we had, I think, probably 6 tackles for losses. They really overloaded the front. We had some pull schemes that we thought we'd be able to get the ball to the C gap. Like I said, the pressure and the overload defense was a challenge for us tonight.
And conversely, you talked about the tackles for losses on defense. And conversely, you talked about the tackles for losses on defense and how your defense.
I thought our defense played probably one of their better games of the year. I thought the situation defense was outstanding. The way they responded, the takeaways. But boy, what an ebb and flow of a game. I think it was in some ways weird, just the way it goes up and down. There's always a difference to a game, and I thought the momentum swing. I thought our guys did a really nice job. They kept bouncing back.
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Dan likes to gamble, those kinds of things. So after the penalty, are you thinking he's got to kick the PAT? So what's it like on the sidelines there?
Well, no, I mean we just we took the Kodak there on the first one. So yeah, no, we're just coaching the game. I mean when you're calling games, you practice all week and there's things that you feel good about, and then the flow of the game goes. So I mean, they obviously felt good about their calls down there. So you got to appreciate the aggressiveness.
Talking a lot about the offensive line with the health issues. Obviously you need to watch the tape, but just once again, guys having to step up when you lose somebody.
TJ went in there obviously when Tyler went down, so it was great to have Tyron back. Just to see him battle to get back for this game is huge for us. But yeah, I thought our guys handled a lot of defense today.
Ed Werder, ESPN. Could you express your thoughts on not being able to close the game out after you got the Donovan Wilson interception, and why you threw on 2nd down and stopped the clock?
Well, I think that the thing there is, we're trying to put it away. I mean, obviously you call plays you feel good about, but 1st down was a struggle for us all day. I can't tell you how many 2nd and longs we had. And, the penalty on 1st down, I got to see it. I just can't. But yes, I'm trying to still, get in striking distance on 3rd down. So that was the thought.
And is this something, winning this game the way you did, a tight game all the way through, kind of game you really haven't played much this year, can you use this as a springboard momentum going forward for the playoffs?
We need these games. I mean, I think that you're going to be battle tested and ready to go in the playoffs. These are the kind of games that, character, is enhanced, and the adversity advancement that you need and you train all year for. And we've had a bit of an unusual year, just because of the margins of victory at home, and so yes, then we got one more next week, but we knew this stretch was going to be rough, and this is exactly